We are live, man. Y'all see it with my guy KG.
Yeah.
Got that Woo Crew reunion going on right now. The Detroit Pistons, we got to just tell it like it is. They win again. 121-90, bro.
Domination.
Like,
What
they kept
the
another
hell?
team under 100 points, and it was the New York Knicks. That, to me, is what I love the best, is that the defense just, take a bow. Stand up and take a bow. At one point, I think we got to like 6-7 minutes into the third quarter, and the Knicks had like 5 points, bro. Nothing they did worked. Nothing they did worked. And guess what? The Pistons were shorthanded. They did not have the big fella Jalen Duren. They did not have Tobias Harris. But they still went out there and they looked like the same team that we've seen them be all season, man. It don't matter who's out there, who's healthy, who's not. Everybody that JB Bickerstaff is putting out there on the floor is doing work right now.
Well, the calling card for this team is defense, so that's no surprise there. But the fact that they can just play this type of defense over the course of a whole game is absolutely amazing. And like you said, you were missing your big dog in Jalen Duren tonight. But who do you get to step up? You get people like Beef Stew, my boy Javonte Green out there, Paul Reed, B-ball Paul, man. How do you not love number 7, bro, going out there and doing the damn thing on the defensive end? But this Pistons team, man, they just never cease to amaze me in terms of just how they defend certain teams, and they absolutely killed the Knicks on the glass tonight. I feel like they've become so much of a better offensive rebounding team, and that is helping this team tremendously in terms of, just keeping the offense in flow and getting out in transition and scoring those easy buckets, man. So I'm really loving what I'm seeing from this Pistons defense. So what a way to do this against the number 2 team in the East. Good night. Yeah, but what a way to do this against the number 2 team in the East. A lot of people think that they on a collision course. They headed for each other. Another playoff matchup. This was an early preview, but you like what you saw.
It definitely, because you want to see improvement. You want to see that this team has a certain confidence when they step out there on the court against a team that's supposed to be one of the better ones, and not just the East, but all of the NBA. Before the season started, people thought that the Knicks have a really good shot to get directly to directly to the championship, because they said the East was wide open. Now, for the Pistons, I get it. If you said it for the Pistons, you just did battle with the New York Knicks. You pushed them to Game 6. You still want to see them prove themselves a little bit. You know what I mean? But from the Knicks perspective, me personally, I'm like, yo, how disrespectful. Because the Pistons are there. They did just push you guys. Hey, have a good night, Dwayne.
Hey, shout out Dwayne Casey, man.
Hey, shout out to Dwayne Casey, man.
Man,
still
love that, man.
Still one of the best people I've met on this journey, man. But going back to it, it was interesting that a lot of people just dismissed Detroit basketball. I see Grim in the chat saying, Detroit basketball. People just dismissed them as if, you know what, the Knicks got this thing. Like, Tyrese Halliburton's down, Jason Tatum's down, Philly's always going to be down. Like I've been saying for the last 3 years, Trae Young is always going to pop up at the trade deadline. And now
every year
finally consummate that. All of this stuff. But I don't know how people looked at the Detroit Pistons and said, they're of no concern. I'm talking about a Pistons team who I thought you knew you were going to get internal growth. You knew you were going to get a certain leap from Cade Cunningham, from Jalen Duren, from Asar Thompson, from some of these guys. So just to be able to dismiss them, I just thought that was a mistake on everybody else's behalf, man. And now you see the Pistons going out there on a routine basis, and they are bludgeoning teams in the paint.
Yeah,
they are crushing teams on the boards. They're
good teams
at points off of turnovers and things. Good teams. Do you know how many times I've heard the New York Knicks fans out there, shout out to our New York Knicks fans, say stuff like, well, who have the Pistons beat? They got this record, but y'all ain't played nobody. All right, look, it looked like some people stuck around, man. We having some crazy issues over here with the Wi-Fi. I had to get on the back of the phone on the burner.
It's the New York media, bro. They trying to silence us, dog.
Quick, man, so we can get this thing in. And I know we got Platte as well.
Shout out.
Let me get Platte in here real quick.
Yeah, get my guy in here, man.
Shout out to the court. In the arena, man. Having fun. About to break down this game. All right, let's get Platte in this mug. I see you, brother.
Hey.
About to get you in here, brother.
What's up, fellas?
All right,
Hey, my guy.
There you go, man. Hey, shout out to Platte in the building. Shout out to KG and everybody that stuck around for us. Again, we're gonna reset this thing, man. Detroit Pistons won again, 121-90. And you know what? That is. I see somebody say, man, y'all was out there on the court hooping.
We wish.
KG and I, we had to take a break real quick, man, to get out there and touch the court of the winners tonight, man.
Right.
That is your Detroit Pistons, and the defense, Platte, was on a completely different level, bro. Talk to me about it, man.
I was called crazy when I said on the airwaves at the heavyweights, right as we were wrapping up the main event, and I said, "Ain't no way the Pistons lose this game." Yeah. Like I couldn't believe a scenario where this New York Knicks team walked in this building again and picked up a win. You saw this team, or this game, meant everything to this team, and the defense was intense. I don't like to do the hyperboles. I don't like to do the exaggerations. So I'll play it safe here and say that this is one of the most energetic games and performances I have ever seen from a team. I mean, it was start to finish. You could feel it through the TV, so I could only imagine what it was like for you guys in the arena when I was watching this game, and I was just sitting there with my girl, and I kept saying, I cannot believe the energy in this building.
Amazing,
when
bro.
This game was going. So I'm glad you guys got to experience it because, man, I was sitting there at the TV jealous, man. It was awesome. It was a great game to watch just from the TV. So I can only imagine what it was like in that building. How was the energy,
bro? Playoff atmosphere,
plain and simple.
It felt like it was just the playoffs from last year, bro. Like it was epic, man. You got Grant Hill on the call. You got Sada Baby. You got Jalen Rose. You had Spike Lee in the building. Fans galore. Like, I'm walking around the concourse and it's packed. You come into the game and it's packed. I'm sitting here like, where are all these fans gonna sit? Like, it was that type of game and that type of energy.
Every time Brunson got the ball, you heard the boos, man, and they was chanting some stuff that we can't repeat on the air. Right. But man, what a game! What a way for LCA to show out on a Monday night, mind you.
Yeah,
a Monday night regular season game, but it just shows you that the Pistons are earning the fans' respect, even the casuals amongst, some of the hardcore fans alike. The Pistons are back, and people are feeding into this, man. This is real. They are number one in the East. They've held it down for almost half the season now, and this ain't just a cute story anymore. I'm sick of people like the New York media out there saying that. The radio host guy said the Pistons ain't got it, but they proved tonight that they can hang with anybody in this league.
KG, I want to tell you guys this because I was watching the national broadcast, so I got to hear what they were saying. And man, they were making excuses for Knicks. They were saying, look, they were saying they were tired. I'm like, the Pistons are the one on the back-to-back here, bro.
Right?
Like,
what are we talking about?
It was, man, the copium is strong, but that's why you have faith in this Piston team going forward in this season, right? Is because they don't make excuses, because they do hold themselves to that standard. They're not looking for that. They're not looking for that out at all. And they did come off a back-to-back with all the energy in the world. I mean, you'd have thought this was any given Sunday, right? You'd have thought this was the Lions the way they had all week to lead up to this. But no, this was the second night of a back-to-back. So it was just, dude, it was so incredible. Every play was just like, you could feel the power through the TV. It was nuts, man.
Bro, and they were missing Duran and Tobias, and I think that's the biggest part of this whole thing. The defensive effort that you got in the face of those absences, man, it was absolutely amazing. It was the Jalen Brunson show, but nobody else really chipped in to help him, bro. Like,
it wasn't even, in my opinion, really the Jalen Brunson show. I mean, you talk about Jalen Brunson, we've seen him impact the game sometimes where the rest of his team is just kind of mad. And his team still can come away with a dub. But tonight it was a situation where he had to take a lot of shots. He had to do a whole lot usage-wise. And it got to the point where nothing was working. And they tried to start the fourth quarter, bro. They tried to start the fourth quarter with
you talking about Carl Anthony
trying to play through Carl Anthony.
Yeah,
like,
you knew that.
Saw Cade.
Yeah.
He was over there right before the fourth quarter started, bro. Like I'm sitting here, I like to look at the game between the game. I like to look at what's going on the sideline. I like to look at what are the players out there effectively yapping about and talking about and everything. And you see Cade over there just talking up aggressively Paul Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And then right when he gets in, what do the Timberwolves do? I mean, what do the Knicks do? They attack through Cat on the first 3 or 4 possessions, bro.
For
the
what?
First 3 or 4. I don't know
for what.
Look, KG was on it all night, bro. He was with us in out right up there in media, man, tonight, man. Shout out to KG, shout out to Tom Mazaway. And he was saying it all night, bro. The softest,
bro.
Softest. You tell the people.
I'll let the world know Cat
yeah.
is the softest low post player I have ever seen in my lifetime, bro. The fact that you have all that size and skill and the way you look in the low post is like that. Like, what are we doing, New York? What are we doing? And this is why the Knicks won't go anywhere. Jalen Brunson got that dog in him. But when you look at other people and you know, Miles Bridges aside, I think he's, you know, a little bit, you know, of that ilk. But as far as Cat, man, he's not going to get you anywhere as the number 2 on your team. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
He's not, because you're gonna see this, KG. We saw it in the series last year, right? Where he had games like this, and then he'd have a good game the next game, but he can't consistently bring in the playoffs. We saw it in Minnesota. We've seen it here in New York. It's, you know, the situation's changed around Towns, but the results haven't. So for him, you know, that's just who he is, and that's one of the advantages that the Pistons bring. Is like, speaking to the Pistons side of it, is, you know, when Cade came off the floor and you turned the keys over to Dance Jenkins, and the way Dance Jenkins was able to just take control of the game and keep things alive, like the secondary, the supporting cast of the Pistons is just so much stronger than the Knicks. I know they got the names at the top. They got a good team, and now they got a good coach that I really like, him, Mike Brown. I think he's coaching his ass off there, but that team just doesn't have what it takes to grind out these wins. And I think the Pistons just understand that. And I think this was absolutely huge for them, because they won't rest on this, guys. They won't rest on this win as, okay, we righted last year's playoff wrongs where we lost 3 times in a row on this home court to that team. No, they're gonna want to see the Knicks specifically again in the playoffs, and they're gonna want to make sure that they get every single home game, and they do to the Knicks what the Pistons did to that, or what the Knicks did to the Pistons last year, which is take all of their home wins away from them. This doesn't stop here. This was just the first step, and that's what you love about this team is know that they understand that. Even Cade's presser on court after the game was just kind of matter of fact, right? It wasn't anything special. It wasn't, you know, smiling ear to ear. It was just, this is what we had to do. This was the only option. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, I'm seeing now a whole lot of take care of business, handle your business games for the Detroit Pistons, because they are one of the better teams in all of the NBA. And it was interesting that they were actually not favored in this game. You know, shout out to Tom Maswell who told us that. But, you know, my question to JB Bickerstaff tonight in the press conference, it was about that. The fact that they were shorthanded, the fact that it doesn't matter what combination you're putting out there on the court, they were able to go the last 5 minutes of the game with a bench unit. And usually you'll see, okay, we're up 30 points, we'll win by 18.
Mm-hmm.
No, instead, this team decided, no, we want to continue to push the throttle. When they first subbed the bench in, there were still a few starters in the game for the Knicks, and it didn't matter, to the point that it was embarrassing. Like, Knicks, get your starters right, bro. Pull the
throw the damn town. It's just like, come on, man, where do we do it?
It was one of those types of nights, man. And I think that's the sign of this identity. You know, this whole squad buying in to the point that they hustle all out. We're going to go through the stats here in a little bit. You already know what the rituals is, because they dominated in some key stats, key areas. When this team is on, these are the stats they usually dominate. And they all center around the team stats, the hustle stats, the get it out the mud stats. You know what I mean? And that's what I love tonight. This team made sure to control everything. Second chance points, the turnovers, the backboards. There wasn't even that many fouls called out there tonight. And you know what I love? When it was physical, their game didn't change. I saw the Knicks trying to be physical. I saw them trying to be, but it seemed like they just kind of ran out of gas and ran out of steam. at that attempt, man, because the Pistons are actually built for this. They're actually about that, and the Knicks aren't. They have a dog over there, and then they got some pups, and then they got a cat, and that's about it. But when I look across the ball at the Detroit Pistons, it's like, you know, Terry Foster used to always say, bro, they need more a-holes. They got one in Isaiah Stewart, but they need more. Now he's saying, bro, they got a couple.
Oh, yeah, they got a few.
Couple. They're like, bro, and you look at Javonte Green, you looking at Paul Reed, and I even throw Dennis Jenkins in there. That dude.
How do you not, bro?
And
he's
that's
awesome.
the whole point, man. From the first guy, what did JB say tonight? From the first guy to guy number 18, man, this is what it is. This is what we are, and that's their identity. So they could be missing a guy who's about to be an all-star in Jalen Duren. They could be missing their super vet right now, you know, in Tobias. But it doesn't matter. This team just won back-to-back games without them, and they did it pretty convincingly, like in fashions where it's like, dang, seriously?
Yeah. Got to use the Lions term, next man up.
Yeah,
it actually applies for the Pistons.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this before we get into that box score. But Dante151 with the 499 super chat says the Knicks threw in the towel with 8 minutes left in the game. Oh, excuse me, as Anson calls them, the New York Peasants. Also, 10 blocks in this game was awesome. Shout out to our guy.
The blocks were violent, guys. They were violent too. They were Ben Wallace swats. They didn't just roll out of bounds. They flew into the stands. It was nuts.
No, Chris, the one block Cade had, that shit looked like NBA Jam or NBA Street or something, bro, the way he blocked that shit.
I swear.
That one, I was like, oh.
That was nasty.
Even the petty block going into halftime to block Jalen Brunson's half-court heave.
Yeah.
Like, that was just great. Like,
I was like, I think they got that in enough time. A heck of a block because, you know, it was interesting to see how they walked the ball down. They looked confident. It's like they knew exactly what they were going to do. They hit the shot. And do they fall asleep at the wheel? No.
They don't.
They don't.
No.
It's like, man, get the frick off my court. Like, seriously. It's like, look, bro, when there's a cockroach in the house, who goes to sleep? Who just rests? You know what I mean? If you see it, you know, man, bro, my dish is right there. It's like, I'm crushing that.
Yeah.
You're not making it to the light. That's just how it goes. And that's what I saw the Detroit Pistons tonight. It was like everything was theirs. It was like they were the exterminators and everything was theirs on defense, on offense. And Cade just had a little bit different, I don't know, it was just a little bit different hop to him.
He's an assassin, bro.
You know the way he looks when he plays the Boston Celtics? Because you guys remember the importance of that. That was the last game he played. And he said he played horribly in what was like a big game for him at that time, even though the Pistons weren't that good. And that was the only, that was it. He went out after that game, had the surgery, and ever since then he's vowed, like, he's going ham against them boys. Like, it's like I saw something different tonight.
Yeah.
And if you're telling me you're getting that type of a K, this type of Pistons team who feels like something was taken from them last year, I don't know, dog. This team is something. Because we talk about it, halfway through the thing, Platte, we've done this all season, right? 10 games in, a quarter of the way through, a third of the way through, and each time we do these check-ins, right? Tell me that this team isn't who we thought they were. Tell me that this team isn't stopped. Tell me that their defense ain't for real. People told me that their defensive efficiency will fall off. Oops. They're holding teams under 100 points, bro.
It is nuts, bro.
People told me that Cade was just getting off in the beginning of the season simply because, you know, defense were going to catch up to him. You know, he can't play through the double teams. We know he's a turnover machine, blah, 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 blah. We were told that the Pistons didn't do right in the offseason to replace guys like Jim Hardaway, who was in the finals a year before he came to the Pistons.
Yep.
Malik Beasley, who we know that man went out there and did amazing things from behind the arc, and even Dennis Schroeder. But this squad, you talking about getting out the mud, when you see a guy like Dennis Jenkins out there, undrafted, Mr. Throw the ball at Bronny James.
Yeah.
Dennis Jenkins. That's the epitome of this team. As much as I know our identity is what Cade Cunningham is, the epitome of our team is what we're seeing out of guys like Dennis Jenkins.
100%.
This squad is going to give their all and get it out the mud every second. And I think that's a part of their superpower. That's why they're not going to fall off.
Yeah. I mean, look, they've done it now so consistently every night, even to the point, Kool-Aid, where you and I have gotten in. KG, I'd like to hear you on this because I think you're probably frustrated at it too. To the point where, you know, other than tonight, they don't put teams away. Like they're still like
Little bit,
every
yeah.
game, it's going to be a 4-point game. Like, it's going to be a 4-point game. And no matter how it start, no matter if the Pistons start down 15 or up 15, it's going to end up a 4-point game. They're going to grind you out. They're going to win the points in the paint battle. They're going to win the fast break battle. They're going to not often win the free throw battle, although that's been starting to turn lately too. I know we'll probably talk about that when we talk about the team stats and the box score, but this Piston team has been nothing but consistent. So it's to the point where you can't doubt this. You can have questions of the level of success that we'll have in the playoffs, but you can't doubt that this team isn't capable of consistently producing these results.
Yeah. And I know we get frustrated sometimes with the Pistons. It seems like at times they're playing with their food in a certain sense.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger takeaway is that they've proved to me this year that they know how to win in close games.
Yes.
Even those games that, they might let a team back within 4 points, after they might have had an 18 to 20 point lead. You see them like just shut the lights out. You see them get that aggressiveness, like, okay, it's time to stop messing around. Let's put this away. And more times than not, they win those ball games. So I think that's the biggest step, is that they know how to win. It's no longer a question of, can this team learn how to win? I think they got that now. And tonight, it was a little more personal. When you see the Pistons pissed off or playing a little more personal, you get what you get tonight. Just a constant foot on the gas. And I think that, somebody like a Cade Cunningham, he's giving you an early preview of what the playoffs are going to look like. That was playoff Cade out there tonight. And when he's playing with purpose, when he's playing with intention, that becomes a way more dangerous Cade Cunningham. He gets to whatever spot he wants, he executes, and he makes the people around him better, bro. And that is what you saw tonight.
Leader, man.
That's what you saw.
Hey, shout out to I'm gonna read this super chat, and then we're gonna get into the box score before we wrap things up. But thank you guys for being here. There's a lot of people here tonight, man. So if you get a chance to go on ahead and smash that like button,
Smash it.
Hit subscribe. Woodward Sports, we're so close to 100,000 subscribers.
Oh,
man.
yeah, we finna get there.
So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, but make sure you smash the like button. Send this stream into the stream of New York Knicks fans, okay? They were talking greasy, man. And now all of a sudden it's all this stuff about being tired or back, whatever, man.
I don't want to hear that shit. Excuses.
Man. But Dante151 with the 499 super chat says, also, can you guys talk about one Mr. Ron Holland?
You damn right.
Defense against Jalen Brunson, because Holland did an excellent job against Brunson. I believe Ron Holland's defense this year, he's sitting out like 108 defensive rating, which is really good as an individual defender. So shout out to Ron Holland, man, because these guys, they have bought into the message that JB Bickerstaff put out there when he first got here. You can be stars in your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
And all these guys are taking that serious. And I think that they're liking what comes with that. Winning is better than going out there and just getting yours to the detriment of your team, or if your team isn't winning. Remember, we knew what Cade was going to be because we saw him balling. But what did it matter to anybody if the Pistons weren't winning? It didn't.
It didn't at all.
It didn't. People were like, bro, you're not going to even get into certain awards.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
And Cade was getting the blame for that. It wasn't really even his fault.
Yep. And so it's like, I don't know, man. I think that them understanding the true value of each and every game, them understanding the value of how much their hustle can be the reason why they actually come away with the wins and come away as one of the top teams in the league. I think that that's what was paramount for this squad, man. So now you got guys who, whether they're getting 30, whether they're getting 1, whether they're getting 10 shot attempts, or whether they're getting 2, they're going to go out there every single night and do their job on the defensive end. They're going to go out there every single night and hustle. That motor, that energy, like I know Platte and I, we sit on certain opposites of Mr. Drummond, but the one thing I can tell you we can agree on with this is nobody's going to question the motor of anybody on this current team.
That's a fact.
Nobody. No one is going to give you that kind of out or that example or that perspective of them. And that's what I've loved about this team. Are all of them good shooters? No. Are all of them good free throw shooters? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what I've seen, are all of them even good defenders? No. But I've seen them all give effort on the defensive end. I've seen them all give efforts to try and correct on things. So there was a game where they didn't do a good job getting down into the paint and helping with the rebounds. And they allowed like the bigs to get swarmed. Tonight, I'm seeing people get into the lane and they're getting their hands into the action and such. And I just think that that's what effectively the underlying identity of this team is that there is no egos. They tried to come at Cade one time when Javonte Green was standing behind him because clearly they didn't know who Javonte Green was. It was like, oh, is this your bodyguard? It was on national TV. I
Right.
think NBC.
Crazy, bro.
And Cade looked like wait. Like Cade looked back at first like maybe my bodyguard is behind me. like I know they're not talking about Javonte Green.
Right. Don't disrespect that,
And he
man.
said, "Nah, bro, this is what I was telling you about, man. We got a whole bunch of people in this squad that contribute. And he's one of them. And I absolutely love this about this team. No egos. Everyone's bought in. Everybody knows to do their job. Anything from you real quick before we get into this box score, Mr. Platte?
No, man. I mean, it just was the energy, man. It really was that really stuck out to me, man. I'm excited to get into these stats and see, because I haven't even looked at some of the box score yet. So I know some of these numbers are going to surprise me. I'll be like, damn, he had that much? Damn, he shot that good? Like, it just was one of those games you got lost in what was happening. Like, you didn't know who had what in terms of stats,
game,
but it was just jaw-dropping performance by the whole team.
Yep, top to bottom.
Anything for you before we get into these stats?
Nah, I love the effort, bro. And once again, the effort is what really sets this team apart from most of the teams in this league. They are eye level with damn near everybody. There's only one team in question that you got to be like, all right, can they really handle them? And we all know what team that is. And they are mirror opposites of each other when you really look at it. So besides that, I think this Pistons team is prime and poised for anything that comes their way. As long as they can stay healthy, I really like the outlook of this team. And, we're going to discuss that February 2nd date coming up as well. Because I think if they could add another scorer to this mix, man, this shit can really take off.
And look, Terminator 25 says
ready.
This team can make the NBA Finals. And you know what? We've been saying it, man. Like, this
it's hard to
squad
argue.
is one in which the minimum is go represent the East and Eastern Conference Finals, and then give yourselves a great chance to get to the finals. Now, as you're looking at what things are in this East, it's like, you know what? The Pistons are built for this. The way that they're uniquely built, the depth, the fact that their depth isn't just like into the bench guys who aren't going to play. They strategically went and put guys on the bench who can play and have no problem with if they're not getting the minutes. And when they step in there, they're still ready to go. Paul Reed didn't just step in and get extra minutes tonight. He stepped in and played like a starter's role tonight. That's something completely against Karl Anthony Towns. That's the makeup of this team, bro.
Low bar. I can guard Karl Anthony Towns, man.
Hey,
the way he was playing tonight.
I love the Karl Anthony Towns hate, man. I'm never going to tell anybody to stop that.
Shut up.
He was throwing hissy fits for sure.
Let me get into this, man. Hey, you know what was interesting was how well the Pistons shot today. It's always going to correlate with the fact that this squad is going to be absolutely dominating in the paint.
Yeah.
But they did take – this is pretty awesome here, man. They did take 10 more field goal attempts than the Knicks. In the first place, my eyes always go whenever I hear that is three-pointers and free throws. But everything was even, meaning the Pistons were just playing at that much of a pace, and their ability to turn turnovers into points was amazing. And Platte, you're going to love this stuff, so we're going to zip through it, man.
All right.
55% from the field for the Pistons and 42% for the Knicks. What are they at for 3-point? 52% from three-point range to 43% for the Knicks. The Pistons, man, we're getting it. 16 to 31 from behind the arc. 69% to 93% from the free throws. They got to get that figured out.
Please, bro.
That
is what's killing this
That
team.
was the catalyst to two of their collapses in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They couldn't hit free throws. I mean, yes, they had turnovers and things of that nature as well that contributed. But if they just hit their free throws, at least you're putting points up on the board, man.
That's the Achilles heel of this team.
Yeah.
Check this out, man. Yo, rebounds, 44 to 30. The Detroit Pistons have 14 offensive rebounds to the New York Knicks is 5. And the Knicks did not get many second chance points tonight at all. The Pistons, 10 more assists.
Wow.
25 to 15.
Love to see that.
5. Listen to this, bro. The Knicks had 10 stocks combined, right? 7 steals, 3 blocks. The Pistons had 12 assists. 12 steals and 11 blocks. 23 stocks in this game. Get off my court.
Yeah.
Get off my
That's
court.
just wanting him.
I'm not even using
That's
the boom
effort.
on you. I'm getting the leaf blower, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching you.
That's
Goodness
effort.
gracious. What up, though, Platte?
I was just saying that's effort right there. Like right there. That's everything we were saying that we saw, that we felt. the numbers prove that right there. When you talk about stocks, like that is a direct correlation to energy. So I love it. Oh, hang on. Did we lose you, Kool-Aid? Or did you lose me? Let me see here. May have lost him, chat. We play OKC February 25th and March 30th. Those are going to be great games for sure. Yeah, and winning, Grim, you're right. Winning the boards without JD is crazy. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, shoot your questions and shoot your takes as we wait for them to get back. As we wait for Kool-Aid and KG to join us again. Once again, man, this was probably, chat, was this your favorite game of the season so far? Be honest. This was my favorite game. This was probably my favorite game front to back to watch in terms of the stakes as well as the performance from this Piston team. I ain't say that said go out acapella, Chris. I appreciate you. Hey, I had to stand on business today with the heavyweights too. They told me I was crazy. They said there's no way that the Pistons that the Pistons lose this game. I said that, and they called me crazy for it. So I'm glad you're here. Make sure you tap in tomorrow and let Spencer and Easy know that I stood on business here. But OKC lost by 27 to Charlotte. Yeah, that's weird though. I mean, NBA things happen. NBA things happen. You know, that's nothing. That's nothing too crazy to me. But I call some of that West Coast road trip, even for the Pistons, that's stuff that kind of happens to good teams from time to time. So I'm not worried about it. I do start to, as this season progresses, see it as a 1-2 as OKC and us. Like I think the Knicks are good. I think the fact that they were in this game as long as they are shows that just their high level of shot making ability will always keep them in play. But I think that the Pistons, you see the depth and you see the physicality weighing the team down. And that was the difference right there for the Knicks. They just second half, I thought they were going to come out with adjustments and they were going to be able to start hitting shots. But what ended up happening is this Knicks team was just tired. They were completely gassed the second half. I thought they were going to make adjustments. Kool-Aid,
Hey,
KG.
Shout out Platte, holding it down.
Had to. I was just telling the chat, I think it was the biggest tell of this game was when second half came out and you thought, okay, Knicks down 10. They made a lot of shots. It was still a close game, even though it felt like it was already teetering on a blowout. They're going to make adjustments. They're going to, they're going to execute and start getting some things to fall their way. And it was the exact opposite. The physicality of this team just completely outweighed them and outmatched them in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Platte, man. Shout out to KG for being out here too. I know these are two hardworking people. We all try to grind and all that type of stuff. I see Eric saying KG looking tired, man. Is he going to be on the morning show?
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be on the morning show.
Hey, the grind don't stop, bro.
Grind don't stop. I mean, I think I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at people who have understood this grind at this company for at least a few years now. Platte, you might be going to what, 4?
Yeah.
And this 4. Is a 5 for me. That's what I'm saying. Like this is the thing. Like when I was telling y'all, like Woodward Sports MVP over here is KG and JB and shout out to that dude Justin and everybody at the main event thing. This is what it is, and we're gonna take this opportunity. We're gonna take these stages, and we're gonna try and do our best to represent and work our tails off. And that's what I love about guys like Chris Platte and KG over here, man, and all of our other brothers at Woodward Sports. You talk about get it out the mud. That's why I love the Detroit Pistons team so much, and really starting to identify with them is because it's like. It's not just the way we want our sports teams to play, but it's also the way we, I got 2 boys. I'm coaching them to make sure, like, look, this is how we do things. This is how at the job we understand that this is the only way that we do things. Man.
Yep.
So
you get back what you put in.
Yeah. And it's easy. It's easy to do it when you see people like both of you guys putting in the work, like all the people that you see at the network putting in the work on the ground level, and it's very easy to buy in. Like it's very easy to go that extra mile when you see and are surrounded by that much talent and work ethic. Like it's just easy.
Hey, I see Eric Moy say, "Hey KG, Raw was good tonight."
Yeah, I gotta tap in when I go home, bro. I'm be half asleep trying to watch fucking wrestling on top of it, bro.
And I see Grim again, man.
What a night.
Shout out to the architect Troy Weaver. That is from Mitten, man. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
you know what I asked somebody today? Y'all gotta understand what his actual superpower is. I asked Anson this today. You know, Anson and some other people, they don't really necessarily want to give the most of credit. But I was like, do you like Washington Wizards young talent? He was like, I actually do. I was like, you like the Pelicans young talent and what they're about to be able to do?
Yeah,
He was like, I actually do. I was like,
that's Troy.
we like the Pistons young talent right now.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's not the best at building around that talent, but identifying that young talent and where to go in the draft.
But did he ever really get the opportunity as well? Like there was conversations about him being handcuffed while he was here, but you got to give him credit. These are a lot of his players.
Absolutely. He's starting to build a hell of a track record.
Talk about that
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Sorry about that. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. These are a lot of his players, but you got to credit what Trajan has been able to do and adding the little ancillary pieces, bro, the good veterans that have really helped accelerate this core into what we're seeing now. I think that's the biggest difference between what Troy was able to do and what Trajan is doing right now. You're getting the right veterans in here, and they have helped this team tremendously.
100%.
Yes, sir. Hey, I see you, Dante 151 with another super
My dog,
chat.
shout
I
out.
read this one off too. He says, so here's a fun stat. This one for the Pistons is the biggest win since 1996. He says he was 4 years old when that last happened.
Really?
Goodness, I feel old.
No way.
I thought Dante was older than that.
Yeah, that's
Shout out, man. Shout out. And
I was only 4 years old, man. 96.
I know we gotta get KG home, and I think all of us still have early starts. All of us work what 2, 3.
Oh yeah. You know what time it is.
I already know. I know Mr. Platte. I know.
Oh yeah.
So look, this is a stat that you're gonna love. I already know it. The Pistons, they had 16 total turnovers. They only gave up 10 points off those turnovers, and some of those kind of got ramped up once the bench came in, and there was like some cohesion issues there for a little bit. They only had 11 turnovers entering the fourth quarter.
Beautiful.
So shout out to them for effectively taking care of the ball all night. But Platte, they forced 20 New York Knicks turnovers for, here's our stat, bro, 33 points, bro. They got 33 points off of 20 Knicks turnovers.
They practically scored every time.
And you pair that with the 52 points in the paint, this team is lunching. We know that that's the equation for a victory every single time, bro.
Absolutely, man. That's one of those things where that's how the Pistons win. Again, if you're not making threes are worth more than twos. But if you're beating them on points off of turnovers, which means you're valuing your possessions more, and you're getting points in the paint, which are typically easier than 3-point shots, you know, that's how the math works in your favor, because it's very tough to lose the free throw battle and the 3-point battle. If you lose both of those things, which the Pistons often do, then you need to come correct with points in the paint, and you need to come correct with points off of turnovers. Not only yourself, but limiting theirs as well. Like that's just the big key for the Pistons, man. You have to win those two, because if you don't win it by a large margin, you lost too. Like one of their most recent losses, I forget who it was. It was one of their most recent games. They only won the points in the paint battle by 2, and they lost that game. And like, like you have to not only win. It was the Miami game. That's what it was.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. What's disappointing about that is they say that it is their identity that JB Bickerstaff comes to the podium. He said at training camp, they said it last year, they want to be the team that controls the paint. They want to be the team that touches the paint. They said that their superpower, the way that their offense is designed, is to touch the paint first and then to operate anywhere else on the court after that. And some of the wrinkles that I loved tonight was them putting Cade Cunningham and Asar Thompson at the free throw line to try and bust the zones on offense. That was brilliant. And I saw Cade make a couple nice passes tonight, man, before we get into the box score and then we get out of here so KG can get home. Like, look at that, man. We got Pistons PR on the way out of it.
I ain't worried about work. I'm worried about the wife. She about to go call the bill finna toll real soon. Right.
Man, I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Right.
I don't know if she's even called.
Not D&D.
I don't know if she's called.
She gonna think Kool-Aid out here mixing, man. She gonna think Kool-Aid out here making glasses.
Because like in the city, it's like rebuilt and everything. Places to party. No. It's always been places to party down here. But,
Oh yeah, big
shoot,
facts.
Man, they already got some of the lights off on this, man. Shout out to the court again, so y'all can
We
see
shut
it.
the
They're
court
giving you
down,
the
man.
they're giving you the solo though. They're giving you the solo spotlight. It's gonna be Mason all of a sudden is gonna pop up out of nowhere and start introducing. And
Shout
from
out to
Woodwood Pistons.
Jeez, you know what? I love that, man. Shout out. Hey, that was a good impersonation. But I'm gonna start with the Knicks real quick. I don't even care about any of them scored. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's 25 points on 10 of 21 shooting, 2 of 6 from behind the arc. He had, check this out, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 6 turnovers. I haven't seen that from Jalen Brunson before.
We're all over him.
We've noticed that Jalen Brunson in the playoffs had like no turnovers. That was his superpower.
Yeah.
No matter how much Asar Thompson was defending him great, that boy would not turn the ball over. They forced him into 6 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's clutch. And Asar Thompson and Ron Holland, I forget who was talking about it earlier. It might have been Dante or Grim. I forget. Put it back in the chat. Who was talking about, Ron Holland's defense on Brunson tonight? And he had no help.
No, he didn't. He was out there.
But you know why he had no help? I swear Karl Anthony Towns was what? All NBA and All-Star?
I swear. Last time I checked.
But so he had help out there.
Yeah. I mean, he's all soft too.
But Jalen Duren is about to be an All-Star, so Cade didn't have his future All-Star help.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe
crazy.
Guys,
see how that works. What up, though, Platte?
Maybe the New York media, the NBA media is right, and Jalen Brunson deserves to be in this conversation of MVP because maybe he doesn't have any help. Maybe there isn't actually talent in New York.
Are you telling me give Cat's All-Star spot to Paul Reed?
I mean, one looked like an All-Star tonight, and I'll tell you it wasn't the one in white.
Platte is so quick.
The only help he had tonight was Miles McBride, man. That was your next leading scorer. And it's hard to get assists when your team's so inefficient, bro. Like it was nasty across the board for the Knicks.
You know what? That's a perfect transition. When you say nasty across the board, hey Platte, check out the plus minus for their starters. It's not everything. My God,
let me see.
But it definitely tells the story tonight. Negative. All right, I'm gonna start.
Oh my God!
Negative. That's how you know.
They're all. I don't think the Knicks led. It was -10 for Mitchell Robinson, -13 for Mikal Bridges, -18 for Jalen Brunson. I'm about to say KG's favorite player. A -27 for Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh God damn.
A -31 for OG Anunoby. Get off my
court.
I didn't even see him out there. I forgot he was even playing.
I'm not even gonna read the rest of this, dog.
It's bad.
All the rest of them just got negatives, dog. So
it's bad.
The whole starting lineup. 4 of the starters. Isaiah Stewart's the only one of the starters who is not in the plus 20s. Every Pistons starter is plus 20, bro. Yeah. Isaiah Stewart is just a measly plus 13.
He was a plus defender though tonight.
Off night.
This is insane, bro.
God damn.
Cade Cunningham, 29 minutes, 29 points, 11 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 13 assists. He did have 5 turnovers tonight, but he also got 1 steal and 2 blocks. Those are those 3 stocks. I really do believe he could be a 3-stock a game guy.
Absolutely.
And I see you, Art. We're gonna do some more watch parties, bro. We got some stuff.
Oh yeah,
working with them to see.
Not if the Lions out the way.
We're trying to do them from here, y'all.
Yeah. Hey,
we can't show the game, but we can still get him with you.
Real quick before you move off of Cade, what did I tell you? And we ain't been together since the tip-off show. If Cade can go out there and be more efficient from 3, you see the numbers right there, though. 3 or 4 from 3. He is going to be a bad man.
Yeah.
He is going to be a bad man if he can do that.
And particularly KG when it's early too. When he starts with the 3, you notice that those games, those are statement games for him. When he starts with, let me hit you with 1 or 2, and it just makes his life so much easier the way it opens up. Because even when he's shooting bad, respect it. Yeah, even when he's shooting bad though, they still respect it because it's Cade. But but there's an extra jumpiness with those bigs. There's an extra happy feet with those bigs when they switch on to Cade out there on the perimeter when he makes a couple. So I love that you pointed that out because that to me is the thing. If you watch a game and Cade hits 2 threes to start in the first quarter, just know that's the night where whatever Cade's overs are, you take the overs, points, assists, all that. Like that's the game where you're going to get the efficient Cade. You're going to get good field goal percentage. you're gonna get the efficient Cade that people seem to harp too negatively on him about.
Yep. No, you preaching, bro. I just saw a comment in the chat and started shaking my head no, and I was like, wait, no. That's not the Platte.
Yeah.
That's not the Platte.
No,
I
yeah,
see
we saw some
people in
other
there
stuff.
talking about Mr. Ivy, and it's like I don't know. You know, we'll get there, man. But Cade Cunningham, you're talking about a guy who he just looked comfortable, but he looked like a man on a mission tonight. He just looked like a man on a mission. I don't know what it is when he plays certain teams, but I don't know, man. Regular season Cade versus the Knicks is something else. And I know what's in the back of his mind has to be what happened in the playoffs. Cade Cunningham has talked about that, obviously, right after. You know, they talked about that all summer. They talked about that on podcasts, including KD's podcast, Kevin Durant's. They talked about that at media day. I heard this from 3 or 4 players. They talked about it during training camp, that they believe they should have beaten the New York Knicks in the playoffs, and that they felt like they could run it back, or if they had Stu or whatever, that it gets done. They believe even without Stu, and I believe this too, they dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah.
This wasn't a notion of no Stu, you don't win. This was a notion of no Stu, you're up, and you guys have to learn how to effectively win these games. So I saw a team tonight that whether the Knicks were playing up the playoff status or not, the Pistons were. They were. And I absolutely love that because most games that I see them in, they're playing like that. Yeah. I do want to see them, like, you know, I know Platte wants to see them close a little bit better or go out there and have those games where it's just they're just winning going away. Mm-hmm. But
it's tough to get that at night in and night out.
Because we're going to get everybody's best every single night.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, your circle on everybody's calendar. And when you go out there and you send a shockwave, a 31-point drubbing of the Knicks, when everybody thought, well, this is the matchup. Right. They about to be I was hearing people telling me, the Knicks about to send the Pistons to double-digit losses. We're going to be the team. Well, let me see here, KG. I don't got my readers on, but I think that says 27-9 for the Pistons still.
It does. You're not mistaken.
That's what it says?
You're not mistaken.
Okay. That's what happened. The Knicks were 500 on the road. They were 8-8 before this game, and now they're 8-9 on the road. So, shout out to the New York Knicks, man. Shout out to y'all. And, you know, let's get through the rest of this. Duncan Robinson, 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 3-pointers. In the first half is where I thought that Duncan Robinson was very, very effective and his offense was flowing. You talk about Cade Cunningham, his efficiency. When Duncan Robinson's hitting threes, his offense just works so much better, especially then when you get the added cherry on top of Cade. Because what couldn't the defense really do? They couldn't crash the middle.
Absolutely.
Anytime Cade or Duncan had the ball or Sarr at that free throw line extended area, you notice that the defense couldn't really do much to stop a lot of cuts. Something I've been asking for a long time, was for the Pistons to utilize their speed and their athleticism and their ability to do really anything they want in the paint. And what do we see tonight? We saw a bunch of people doing that. Javonte Green almost put Karl Anthony Towns on the poster of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and it was because of the fact that they identified it. I love the fact that we're seeing wrinkles from this offense midway through the season, not in playoffs where you have to kind of counter and all that. I'm talking about right now they're doing things. And to see JB Bickerstaff counter all night, Paul Reed, he was doing good all night defending Karl Anthony Towns, who seemed to want to put back to the basket. After that, they decided, well, let's try and take him off the dribble. Got a couple fouls on Paul Reed. What'd they do? I told you, they're gonna get if he gets beat off the dribble 2 or 3 times. Let's see. JB Bickerstaff is gonna go to Isaiah Stewart. It happened. They went to Isaiah Stewart. What was the first play he had? A block.
Yep.
Second play, I think Karl Anthony Towns elbowed him, and they called offensive foul. They had to go to replay or something like that. Like, it's like they had all of the counter moves tonight. Not only were the Pistons the ones in front driving, but it was like, oh, you think you're gonna send your man to my back door to break in too? No, man, we got that covered too.
Right.
Like that's what this felt like tonight, man, with the Pistons with JB Bickerstaff, and that's a huge evolution of the team. When we talk about the players and we see guys like Cade Cunningham and others taking a step forward, I think that this coaching staff is also taking a step forward. I really do, man. Anything y'all want to say before we kind of zip through this? Zip through the rest of the starters here?
Go ahead, Platte.
Just one quick thing, because you talked about the Knicks really wanting to give the Pistons their 10th loss of the season. Well, try again in February. You got February 6th, buddy. We'll see you then. We'll see you then. Maybe then you can do it.
Calling?
Maybe then you
can do it. The Pistons, they're not getting that 10th loss until sometime maybe after the Knicks.
I'm not calling nothing. I am just pointing out that in history, this franchise has won 13 games in a row and then proceeded to win 12 games in a row, and that could take you to about that range. So, I'm just saying.
Hey, bro.
I'm just saying, man. History has a funny way of repeating itself.
Hey, bro, and you know what? I know that the Detroit Pistons want to beat the Chicago Bulls. I know that they have a game on their hands because as I'm looking at the box score, no Detroit Pistons played over 30 minutes. None. It's not even like they're playing the Bulls tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, they're rested. Isaiah Stewart, I'm sorry, he played 32 minutes. And he probably would have got more of a rest if Karl-Anthony Towns didn't put those couple fouls that fouled on Paul Reed early in the third. But because Paul Reed,
I'll take those fouls though.
That's what he's there for. That's what you're there for, Unc. That's what you're there for.
I'll take him. But Paul Reed and Isaiah Stewart. Paul Reed 8 points, 4 7 from the floor, 8 rebounds. Shout out to him for being one of the guys who really go out there and hold it down on the offensive rebound. He had 5 offensive rebounds tonight to lead the way for the Pistons.
I love Paul Reed, bro.
Yep, 7 points,
3 my dog.
1 of 4 from behind the arc, 9 rebounds for him, and 2 big blocks for Isaiah Stewart. I wanted to be able to talk about the bigs together, man. Paul Reed and Isaiah Stewart. And, they start together, and then they wind up having to tandem the rest of the game because they're without Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
And we know Jalen Duren makes a difference, but look at what these guys did tonight, man. They completely put Karl-Anthony Towns in a suitcase and said, bro, you're not playing this game. Sit out.
Cat put himself in the suitcase, bro. He's so goddamn weak, dog. Oh my God. Don't get me started, bro. But
he lost his first 8 games in a row to Andre Drummond. The first 8 games between those two players, Andre Drummond actually beat him.
That's insane.
There's
bro.
lowers.
The rebound god, Andre Drummond.
There's lowers lower. There's levels lower, Platte.
Yeah, there is. But we don't gotta talk about that, Kool-Aid, because that ain't our problem. That ain't our problem. We got Jalen Duren.
Right, it ain't our problem. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'm glad we don't have to talk
God
about
is good.
Man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to the bigs. Anything about the bigs from you, Platte?
No. I just you love B-ball Paul. I mean, continues to probably be like one of the greatest per 36-minute stat stuffers we've ever seen.
Talk about it, Chris.
Like, dude, you multiply it to if he played 40 minutes, he'd have had Wilt Chamberlain's 100. Like, it's crazy the way he comes in. He just makes plays, but no, he continues to be one of the long history of underrated Trajan acquisitions for this team, man. Like, he's an absolutely insane depth piece to have, and you need it.
Like I see now why Tom Gores actually asked Troy Weaver, like, hey, bro, can you stick around? Can you imagine if you had his ability to draft along with Trajan's ability to just cook everything else?
Stop it. This team will be in a way even better place than what it is right now.
But that's the thing. Think about it. That's exactly where they're at.
Yeah.
They let Troy go on ahead and cook up these young players, and Trajan has been everything you needed. Bringing in Michael Blackstone, who I know you guys got to interview on Big the Energy with Neil Rule.
Yeah, we did. Shout out.
That type of stuff is huge, man. Like, I'm glad that they finally have one voice to lead this organization in Trajan Langdon, and that, you know what, Troy Weaver's time here wasn't lost. Yeah. These young players are good, and if any of them do get traded, it's going to be because of the value is there, man. I mean,
absolutely.
Look at Asar Thompson. We'll keep going through these stat sheets because this tells the story. Asar Thompson, I know some people have been up and down on him throughout the year. He did have 20 minutes tonight, 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field. I loved his activity in the minutes he had, getting into the lane, driving from the top of the key, playing the hub. He also had 7 rebounds, 2 steals on the night, and assists for Asar Thompson. But I thought he was solid, man.
Yeah, I just need Asar to continue being aggressive when he gets in the paint, when he's playing that slasher role. That's the only thing I really want to see out of him. We know he's not going to be the great shooter. We know what he can bring on the defensive end.
Stanley Johnson.
Yeah, thank you. And I love Point Asar. You know, the times that they let him, kind of bring the ball up and kind of facilitate the offense, I'm cool with all that. But I just need him to become a more aggressive player when he is attacking the basket, because we know that is probably the best in his offensive skill set. And I just need to see him be more confident in it. But tonight, I mean, pretty solid job. I'm not mad at it.
I thought it was a pretty solid job myself, too.
Yeah, I mean, he did what you needed to defensively, but he's always brought that. It's about, can you do enough offensively to justify your deficiencies?
Yep, there you go.
And he did that. So I'm glad you brought that up, KG, because that is the number one thing, man, is he just needs to be absolutely fearless and aggressive when he's going to the rack. No finger rolls when you're above the rim. Punch that shit. You're a one of two athlete only because you have a brother. Like, you are a true force out there. Like, we talk about this Piston team and how athletic they are. Like, it's very tough to power rank these guys in terms of their athleticism because you got Jalen Duren, you got Asar, you got Ivy. These are all freak of nature players. Dennis Jenkins, Ron Holland, like the way that they're fearlessness. But Asar is even just, like, he's just so special athletically that, yeah, if he just realized that he could take one power dribble and then just go up and dunk, and
that's what I've been saying about these guys for
that's
a few
it,
years.
man. That's a world of difference, man. That, and then if he could just work on the free throw. I know Fred Vincent's supposed to be this magic shooting coach. Well, maybe let's start inside and work away outside to the 3-point.
There you go.
Right? Yeah, like let's sprinkle some of that magic touch on the free throws. Sprinkle that pixie dust on the free throws, please.
Yeah, I feel that
for the whole team, though, not just him.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. They free throws is really getting me.
Especially from the leaders.
Yeah.
You look back at our old All-Stars. You knew Chauncey and Rip when they stepped to the line. You knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
And you want to be able to have that feeling with the guys on this team, with Kay Cunningham and Cole and Asar Thompson and such. Especially if you're going to be guys that are going to be getting downhill, hoping to get the team to the penalty and hopefully get a lot of free throws to seal games. But y'all are preaching. I mean, this has been the notion for a while with guys like Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren. It is awesome to see Jalen Duren step into that this year, and I'm wondering when we get that from Asar Thompson as it relates to realizing you're more athletic than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up. That's why I've said that for years. Bro has these stretches he goes through where it's like pseudo Stanley Johnson-esque. Now, only on the offensive side. His defense is always it.
Yeah.
He ain't complaining about it, but just on the offensive side. And
do you think
that's the component that I'm hoping he realizes. Tonight I saw him try to dunk on people. Like, I think that it's a part of practicing it at this level. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like when he misses the first couple, though, he goes away from it, though. And that's what I don't want to see. Like, even if it's not working early on, do not lose that aggressiveness. Don't lose confidence. Continue to go out there and just utilize your fucking athletic ability,
even
bro.
If he misses a couple free throws, it's like, getting your squad into the penalty, that helps somebody else be able to make some free throws when they get fouled. Like, I would love to know, okay, I hope this get into the bonus, so now they can't play the type of aggressive defense they want, because if they ride Cade Cunningham down the court, as he's trying to dribble up the court, that could just be 2 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you need Asar's skill set, but you also want those free throws, because we've seen this team lose games over the last 2 years, including playoff games, because they couldn't hit free throws to seal the deal. I still think about that. What was that, a Milwaukee Bucks game? I think last year, when they missed free throws, they could have sealed the game. It's just like, you want to see the squad go out there and have what you worked for.
Yes.
Don't work yourself into these situations where you could close the game out. And I remember for Pistons, we knew, it's money. It's money. I didn't care if we were down 1 and Rip was at the line with 2 free throws.
Right.
I knew it's like the game is over. Like, y'all are out of there.
Especially if we gonna complain about how we don't get the whistle. When you do,
you gotta do something with it. You gotta
cash them. Dog. That's the most.
That's a great point, KG. That's a phenomenal point, man. You can't cry about if you're not gonna do nothing with it. So
there you go.
Yeah. All right, look, and we finally arrived at the bench here because about over an hour on our stream now, a minute from 11. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, man.
But
wife go kill you.
I see Jamo. He says, brother, even tonight, Ivy, what's he saying here?
With a hand on face
Ivy
emoji.
looked like molasses compared to his old self. I don't think old Ivy's coming back.
Y'all tripping, bro. I saw something a little different out there.
Yeah, in terms of the athleticism and the speed, I agree with you. There's something different there. I agree with you on that. But in terms of seeing these games where Jaden Ivey goes out there and averages like a point a minute or close to it, he's done that in like half of his games. So he's in that kind of feast or famine mode right now. And some of it is because of the minutes he may get or the opportunities he may get, just because he's still coming back from not just a gruesome leg break, but also arthroscopic knee on the surgery on his knee.
Yeah.
That got a little extra junk in there when he was on a rehab process. So when you look at Jaden Ivey's stats, 22 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 10 from the floor,
Bro, he had a
1 of
great
2
night,
from
bro.
behind the arc,
Yeah.
3 or 4 free throws. That sound like Jaden Ivey from last year.
Mhm.
He was putting pressure on the defense all night. I was telling the people, there was a lineup with him and Dennis Jenkins in there. I told the people, every time Ivey get the ball, he's not going to pass it.
Yeah.
And guess what, though? Every time he got the ball, he didn't pass it, but he either scored or got fouled. That's old Ivey. Earlier in the season, some of those bunnies were misses and such, but I'm starting to see an Ivey who more times than not can put together, games like this. And I do believe this, that you give Ivey, honestly, this year, you got to give him this year. Now, does that play into the Pistons saying, hey, well, we'll just wait for him in terms of the trade deadline if something good's out there? No, that doesn't change what they do. But in terms of Ivey and the type of injury he had and such, I like what we're getting from him right now. If you can get these types of performances, obviously, and the fact that overall he has shot the ball pretty decently, I guess, from the 3-point line, and some pretty big wins for the Pistons. So I'm not out on Jaden Ivey. I actually like him. I believe that he could be a very, very critical piece for this Pistons team once you get into the playoffs, or a pretty critical piece if he plays himself back into shape to some degree. If you need it to be able to have a young player involved in a trade, a young talented player. So
yeah.
But what are you guys thinking about Ivey, man? I know I'm big on Ivey.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear Chris's thoughts. I'm gonna just get my shit off real quick. To me, he's been getting better game to game to game, and I get where fans get at to where you want to see the explosive athletic plays, what we kind of drafted him for. But I hate to say it, I don't know if he's gonna get back to being that kind of player. But I don't think that's a bad thing because it seems like he's kind of tuning his game. And like you said, he's been shooting the ball a lot better. To me, that's what's been more impressive over this year, especially over the last, I would say, month of basketball from him. His shooting ability looks legit. And, at the end of last year when he went down, his shooting numbers was good, but you didn't know if that was, what was going to be the norm going forward. But if he can continue to go out there and put up games like this while still having a little bit of athleticism in there, because make no mistake, he can still pick up that dribble. He can still move with a little bit of haste and get to the basket.
I don't through contact, finishing in the lane with contact.
Thank you. I don't think that's the issue.
Leaners off the glass and all of that. Like when you can control your shot with that type of precision, you can get to your spot and hit it. That's something that you need.
Yeah,
that's something that you like. Like, trust me,
and maybe it's something that he needed because you can't always go 110 miles per hour, and I think that's part of the maturation process with Jaden Ivey at this point. But it's definitely somebody I'm not out on, and it's funny, right? You remember when Stick famously said, I was crazy because I said Jaden Ivey might be better coming off the bench, and I didn't mean that as disrespect. But when you just look at, how this thing is played out and the position that he's in now, I think he gives a lot of juice to that bench unit, especially when you don't have a Karis LeVert, who has been pretty solid off the bench. He makes up for that in spades, bro. And if you can just contribute with the kind of offensive nights that you had tonight, I think that helps the Pistons in the long run. I really do.
And I still have eyes for Ivey potentially being a starter once again.
Maybe,
I think it is predicated on the speed and athleticism. But if he continues to find a way to be the type of player we saw tonight, I don't see how you keep that down. But this is on Ivey and the consistency now, because we'll see him have these types of games, and then you'll see the games where it's like just flat, very flat. And I do still contribute that to the surgery, the big injury,
and just missing so much time on the court. You can tell he's still working his way back to that. Yeah, that's all. That's all. But I'm confident in the kid. I am.
Yeah.
What up, though, Platte?
I think it depends on your expectation of him. I think you guys made excellent point about him. Is like, if you are looking at Ivey as this guy is an all-star or a number 2 or a 3 on a championship team, I'm not calling it because of just this stretch of basketball, because I think you're right, Kool-Aid. You do got to give him a year. If you truly think that that's his ceiling and that's what you want to gamble on, then you can't make that decision this calendar year. I just don't think you can do it. But that being said, I've already come to a conclusion before that is not his ceiling, in my opinion. Now, can he still be a useful player on this championship team, whether it be as a starter or off the bench? Absolutely. So you have to look at Ivey as this approaching the trade deadline is is that somebody that another team views as an all-star? If so, then maybe you do make that move. But if you're trading them to a team that sees him as a sixth man or as just a decent starter, I don't see the worth in getting rid of him for that, because I think that's what he is, or that's what he will be. And the emergence of Dennis Jenkins, like, and Marcus Sasser, although those are different player types, that does kind of make Ivy somewhat expendable in this rotation. But I think you've seen it tonight, because I saw somebody say in the chat that Sasser had half of his points in only 5 minutes. Well, Sasser and Ivy give you two different things, and Sasser came at the end of the game when it was over. So it's not that's not a fair statement to make. But yeah, I think Ivy it just depends on your expectations. If you've let go of that, he's a top 5 pick, he's got to be one of the guys. And then you gotta really kind of look yourself in the mirror and evaluate. But if you're looking at him as, can this player just be a part of this special team? Yes. So I think you just have to see what his trade market is around the league. Like, I'm totally cool keeping Ivy if it's at a price of a 6th man, and if it's at, and if that's kind of what he is for this team. I'm totally okay with that, because I like the things that Ivy does well that you guys mentioned. So to me, it's like it just depends on how you value him, man. But if somebody wants to pay, if somebody thinks that guy has all NBA written on him,
hey,
by all means, call
for the right price.
Oh, matter of fact, call me. I'll get you there too.
Yeah, right. That's a great point, though, Chris.
Yeah.
Great point.
Great point, brother. I was gonna say, shout out to the Detroit Red Wings and our Woodward Wings team.
Shout out the boys.
They're live as well. So
shout out
Wings and Woodward Pistons going on. Why? Because we got some dog squads out here, and I'm hoping we get the double playoff series going on in LCA.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. Calling it right now.
I see Drake the Snake, Tobias, and Levert are not young. LOL.
Well, yeah, duh. Yeah. He must be talking to somebody else, though.
We were just talking about Ivy.
But shout out to you guys, man. Definitely go ahead and smash that like button if you didn't get an opportunity to. We'll zip through these last ones here, man. So if there's anything,
damn, we ain't got through the stat sheet.
Let me know. Let me know. I mean, look, we could talk for an hour and 11, and the people being here supporting.
Appreciate
so
y'all.
That like button. We appreciate you guys, and hey, we'll give you one more look at the court as well. Next time, we might just walk out there or something.
Let's just do it, bro. Who gonna stop us?
That was a crazy flex. Next time, I just might walk on the court. You know what it is? Like that was a crazy flex.
Who gonna stop us, bro?
That's right here. Yeah. So you know what? Ron Holland, 24 minutes, 5 points. The stats don't tell the story. 5 rebounds.
Never does.
Here, though. 4 stocks, man. 3 blocks and 1 steal for Ron Holland. I'm talking about blocking stuff at the rim, blocking stuff in the paint, and blocking jumpers, bro. Shout out to Ron Holland.
Shout out.
Let me see.
He's the everyman.
Green, 29 minutes, 17 points, 6 to 9 from the field, 4 or 6 from behind the arc, 3 steals, man.
He's everywhere, bro. We not talking enough about him. Like, we talk about B-Ball Paul, and rightfully so. B-Ball Paul is amazing. But the fact that Javonte Green, I have to continuously apologize to this man, because I thought he was just a defensive specialist coming over from the Pelicans. But what he has been able to do on this Pistons team is be the 3-and-D wing off the bench that every team needs, bro. And he's giving it to you on both ends of the floor. We don't praise him enough. Big shout out to Javonte Green, man. Hell of a game from him.
Again, put that on Trajan's list. Put that on Trajan's list. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the on-court stuff has been awesome. And it's cool to see him off-court, because I saw a whole lot more life when they were doing a lot of these charity events than we even see here. Like here, he seems like he's just quiet, keep to himself, do his job. When it was time to go out there and put on for the community, he was dancing, he was singing, he was joking, he was talking, he was this, he was that. And I love that type of stuff, man. It's like when he stepped out on the court, though, it's a completely different persona that's taking over.
Yeah.
Like my man really tried to put Karl Anthony Towns on a poster, and that would be that much more surprising, except for the fact that Javonte Green,
he does that,
has gone through the lane and dunked on people a couple times.
He does that, especially in the fourth quarter. For some reason, in the fourth quarter, this man just like to take off on people.
Guys, bro, if you told me that Javonte Green was going to have a Pistons highlight tape, I'd have said you're out your damn mind. What happened? What happened to this season? But he's going to have one. He's going to have one.
That is crazy.
Like, bro, it was crazy when they sent him to the press conference, thing one night, and we were just like, oh, it's Javante. And you could tell he was like, he might not beat her that many times, but he was just up there like, man, what am I doing here?
But he proves it on the court, and he's a great locker room guy. Like, I knew it was verified when Jeff Teague was talking about him on his podcast. Shout out Club 520. He was just talking about how good of a dude that he is, bro. People love playing with Javante Green, and you see it, bro. He's a dog. He's just like one of the guys, man. So shout out to him, bro.
Shout out to him. And the last player that we'll talk about from the bench, Dennis Jenkins, 23 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from behind the arc. Man.
He is hot from behind the arc.
And you know what I love about this? When I'm telling you everybody on this roster is getting after it. 2 blocks and 1 steal. We got 3 stocks for even Dennis Jenkins. I'm looking at this right now, and everybody who really got real minutes either got a block and or a steal. I'm looking right now. I think Duncan Robinson got 1 steal, Paul Reed 1 block. Everybody else, multiple blocks and steals, all the way down this roster.
Damn,
except for, I think, Jaden Ivey and Chaz Lanier got a steal apiece as well.
Shout out.
That's amazing when you can go and you can look at 7 players, I believe, that have at least 2 stocks or more, and several of them got 3 or 4 or 5 stocks. That's insane. That's your squad going out there and busting their tail. And you know what? There was plays that didn't even show up on the stat sheet. So many little different things where, they're forcing the Knicks to kicking the ball out of bounds, or they're forcing them into a bad shot, which really probably should have been a turnover. But because it was a bad shot, whatever, they got to put it down as a missed field goal. But the Pistons still get the rebound and they go down the other way. It was like every way possible that they could snuff out the New York Knicks. They just did that tonight, man. And it was like a no prisoners type of moment, man, type of game for them. This was like I'm going to continue to reference this. 4th quarter was starting, and I'm sitting here like, why is K so aggressively, almost yelling at freaking Paul Reed?
Yeah, he was in his grill.
The instant you saw, look, this was what made it crazy. The Pistons were up 20.
Yeah.
It was like, what is it? Like, what? You think they're really going to come back? But it's like the Pistons are like, bro, we lost big leads to this team.
Yeah.
We are not doing that. We have a different identity. We're not going to have this team come in here and get comfortable with think about this. If the Lions are saying it was important for them to beat the Bears and to sweep them and to have this going into next season, how important is it for the Pistons to continue to assert dominance over the New York Knicks any chance that they can get, especially knowing that you might meet up with this team when it matters most in the playoffs?
It's the Jordan on the tablet. They took it personally, bro. And I think it means everything because this team is still in the hunt with you. This is a team that you are probably going to see again, and they are the closest team in the East that can really compete with you. But we saw tonight, can they really, man? And I know you can't take a lot from a regular season game, but I think it tells us a lot about the level of physicality that the Pistons are going to bring in a playoff situation. And I think with a smarter, more determined Cade Cunningham, oh, man, I don't think they want to see us this year, bro. I really do not.
Not at all. What up, though, Platte? Any last words?
February 6th, try again. That's all I'm saying.
I love Platte.
That's all I'm going to say. Try again.
Try again, motherfucker.
Shout out to LCA, man, the Detroit crowd. It was packed in this mug.
Amazing. On a Monday night, bro. People got to work tomorrow. They didn't give a fuck.
We do got to get it.
Hey, man.
All right, you know what? I got to get K out of here.
Yeah, right. Death bombs is flying. Nah, man. No. Hey, I'm so glad. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Kool-Aid and my boy Chris, bro. Y'all been killing the Pistons coverage. I've been tapped in with y'all, even though I've been off doing the Lions stuff. And now that's kind of subsided, I'm looking forward to hopefully get on here a little bit more with y'all. But continue to crush, bro. Y'all been the team. I look forward to y'all, after these games, giving y'all insight. Y'all have the best Pistons post-game insight in the business, bro. Hands down.
Appreciate that, Shep. I know you got a lot of time on your hands now. I appreciate
right,
that.
I'm finna get fired, bro. Apparently, they said I'm finna get fired.
Hey,
so I don't know, man.
Hey, you're safe here, brother. You're safe here.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
We be shouting you out and everything, man. Like, I'm serious. It matters to me. There's a lot of guys here who have just as much passion and enthusiasm for this as the most passionate fan out there. And to be able to come out here and do this now, it's been cool.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. Like to be able to still be here at LCA breaking down a Pistons win
Mhm.
over the New York Knicks, man. I've been seeing the people in the chat too talking about New York fans is crying. They're, their podcast, they over there like, hey, our guys retired. We can't wait till we play them again. Me neither. I can't wait. I really can't wait because y'all bumping y'all guns because you barely beat like the pups, the pup star version of the Detroit Pistons last year in the playoffs. And it took a ref completely hosing the call or the 3-point missed foul call against Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like how many things you had to have this young team new to the playoffs collapse twice, and you had to have the refs help you, and you had to have Beef Stew get injured. Think about what we're talking about here. And Jalen Duren wasn't even this version of Jalen Duren yet.
Stop it, bro.
So it's just like Cade Cunningham wasn't. Well, he should have been second team All NBA last year, even though he only made third. But he wasn't All NBA first team Cade like he this year.
Yeah.
This team has upgraded internally. This team has brought in the right pieces to be able to affect this squad. Like you go out there and you bring in a Javonte Green. Like, come on, dog. Like
And listen,
this team is tough. Like, I know a lot of people talk about the trades we want to see to try and bolster more for the squad, but I don't want that to come at the expense of not paying attention and giving homage to what they've done to get to this point.
Yeah.
The reason why we think they won trade away right now is because of everything they've done before this point. And that's what I love, man, to work up to this. This squad, this team, this organization, they're doing everything right, man. Everything right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna toot my own horn. I said that Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert can be better than what we had in Tim and Malik Beasley, and I don't think I was wrong to this point. I'm just gonna say
I see
that.
Platte over there
Half right.
a little bit.
Half right. Half right.
Yeah, half right.
It depends.
Y'all gotta leave Karis gonna be there, man. Y'all gotta leave Karis alone a little.
No, it depends what Karis brings us. It depends what Karis brings us. You know,
Facts.
What he brings us in return for a trade.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be good, and I like when he runs with the starters. He seems to play a little bit better with the starters. But y'all don't worry about Karis. Y'all was tripping on Duncan. Give Karis, stall him out.
And I think Karis is gonna play a role that we saw Dennis playing a little bit tonight too.
Yeah,
you saw like they're running Cade now with more facilitators, like more actual like point guard like facilitators rather than just well Ivy can handle the ball or Sar can handle the ball or Ron can handle the ball or even last year they had Malik Beasley running sets with starting with the ball. Instead, I love the sets where I saw Cade out there running with Dennis Jenkins, man. Like I love that type of stuff. Put him out there with a point guard, with a facilitator, somebody who can get things going. And ultimately, I think that's going to bode well for the Pistons because they can go out there and run however many different lines. Like a team is coming in, like, all right, the game plan is to make sure when Cade brings the ball down the court that you're double teaming.
Okay.
What if he ain't the one bringing down the ball?
Yeah.
What if he's not the one setting it up? The Knicks looked confused when Cade Cunningham was running down the court and didn't stop at the top of the key, but ran all the way to the free throw line.
Yep.
Then they threw the ball into him, and he wound up throwing it out to the corner here for, I believe, was it a Javonte Green three? Somebody hit a three from the corner right in front of his ear. And that's the type of stuff that I think that you're going to get from this team. Usually squads go and they start as you get closer to the playoffs or in the playoffs, they start making those wrinkles. The Pistons are doing that, and they're not even, halfway through the season yet. They're already going and making adjustments. Like they've been double teaming and pressing us all year. Okay, we got something for that. All right, in the half court, we've been a little bit stagnant. Okay, we got something for that. They're not just playing through it. They're going out there and you can see with the schemes, with the effort, they're making the necessary changes on the fly to continue on towards the goals that they've set for themselves, man. Yeah. And this squad set lofty goals this year. I'm talking about lofty. Cade Cunningham used the C word. Now, I don't mean Cade or Cunningham, but I mean, or that other word. I mean championships.
It's safe to say it now, bro. It's okay. Pistons #1 in the East. It's okay to say it now.
Yeah. I can't get canceled, man. Hey, but shout out to you guys, man. If there's anything else from Platte or KG, man, definitely speak now or forever hold your peace until Wednesday.
Oh no, my piece is done.
I'm dead when I get home. My piece is good. I got all I need tonight. Yeah, my piece is good.
Hey, what you say, Platte? February 6th. Try again.
Yeah, try again.
I'm pimping that on the morning show, just so you know.
Shout out
to
all of you guys out there. Make sure you tap in the morning with the morning show. You're gonna see KG on there along with you know what? The legend, man. Sean Beligian and the legend, man.
Forcing him to talk Pistons tomorrow. Tune in.
Shout out.
He got no choice.
Big D Energy with Neil Rule. Spin Dog is in the building.
Oh, man. Shout out Spinny, dog.
And KG is all on that show. And then you got Braylon Edwards and Shep Gonna be on the TD with our guy Cam, and then you got the glorious heavyweights.
I don't know about glorious, but we're
He don't know
Ridiculous.
about glorious.
And the man Platte, bro.
appreciate that.
Hey, listen, you guys, go on ahead, smash that like button, subscribe, support us. We're working for y'all, man. But I'm telling you, there's not much that really compares. Like, I love my family, and they're definitely up there. I love God, he's definitely up there. But there's not much that compares, bro, to when we get to do this stuff and we go live and we get to interact with you guys. Like, and then
Big facts.
seeing some of you guys out at these games, meeting you guys over the years, it's been awesome. If any of you guys are at the games ever, reach out to me at DetroitKoolAid on any of the socials, man. Reach out to me. Let's link. Second half of the season, I'm gonna be going crazy with the concourse content.
Oh yeah.
I'm going crazy with it. So I want to be able to feature y'all. There will be giveaways and things of that nature. So we're definitely gonna reprise this thing, man. So
Let's go.
all right. Let me see here if there's anything else we need to talk about. You know what? I'm gonna put this one up. Randy, you get the last comment of the night. He says, yeah, get them on the main shows together. They need to be talking way more Pistons. And one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell y'all for real, like, we're gonna get Wilbur Pistons back going too, because that's a big component of it with the changes. I've told y'all this before. It threw certain schedules and things out of alignment. So we'll see, man. There's gonna be some more Pistons, regular Pistons coverage on the way for you.
Not at them sorry ass Lions out the way. No, I'm talking shit. I'm still hurt. I'm over here. I'm hurt as hell right now.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta tap out before this.
I seen them. I seen them all on the jumbotron, man. I got sad. I got sad when I seen them all on the jumbotron. Like, I was like, man, like,
It's fucked up. We're not supposed to be here, bro.
They got time. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
They got time, man. And you know what? They got time to get it right. I saw somebody earlier in the chat said they did not want us to talk Lions, but we love Detroit sports, man. So,
yeah, we do.
Shout out to you guys in the chat. Smash that like button before you go. Shout out to Platte and KG. Like I said, man, two hard-working individuals who go hard, both, if you want to say on and off the court, both at Woodward Sports and in other aspects of their life, man. Two guys that I respect. And I'm glad to be doing this with you all.
Hey, appreciate that, but don't act like you don't do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you work harder maybe than both of us combined.
Yeah.
Let's be real. And you got kids at home. Like, I ain't got no kids. Like, I'm going.
I don't want to know what
I'm going home to a hot plate. Like,
I don't want to know what my phone looks like when I take off to do not disturb.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for sure. It's gonna be bad.
Hey, Platte, I might have to come through.
Hey,
he
man.
might be crashing
Couch
on the couch.
Couch is always open, man. Couch is always open.
AG might be with me.
You're right, for real. Bring our sleeping bags.
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for sticking through all
Piston slumber party.
With a watch party.
Right, slumber party. Oh shit.
We might have to do that, dog. We might have to do that one day, man. We're gonna do something fun. But shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for supporting us, man. This has been awesome. Pistons win again 121-90. 31
Bitch.
drubbing. Get off our court.
Because all they do is fucking win.
Hey, that's right. Court one more time. Y'all can be on the court. Not the Knicks, though.
Yeah.